faithful through the ages. God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant, faithful promises. Time and time again, you have proven you do just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast. And let my heart learn you speak the word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Great is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting same, I will praise your name. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness to me, to you. Welcome, y'all. Today is Faith and Freedom Friday. It's Friday. What's up, everybody? Let's get this praise and worship on this Faith and Freedom Friday. Come on, y'all. Today we're talking about God's chosen ones. Are you ready to receive his blessings? I'm excited to share this with you today. My name is Cathy McReynolds, and we're with Bible Business Academy. Let us know if you're catching this during the live or the replay. We want to welcome you out. Make sure you hit that share button if you know someone who needs to hear this message and you know they also are God's chosen one. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and switch everything over and get this started. Are you all ready for this journey to get everything going? Let's go ahead and start it out today. As I said, it is Faith and Freedom Friday. And this message, okay, it's for you. It's for you, God's chosen one. You're like, me? Absolutely, it is for you. So my question to you is, are you ready for his blessings? Are you ready to receive the blessings that God has for you? So good morning again and welcome to Faith and Freedom Friday. My name is Cathy McReynolds. We are with Bible Business Academy, where we help you build a business with biblical principles. And today I want to share a powerful truth with you. God's chosen ones are positioned to receive his blessings. But are you ready to embrace them? That's the part. Are you ready to embrace them? So let me ask you this. What if every trial, what if every sleepless night and every prayer that you prayed was leading you to a breakthrough? A breakthrough that was so divine, so extraordinary that it could change your life forever. Have you ever looked at it that way? What if everything that you've been through was God's way of preparing you for a blessing that isn't just about you? It isn't about material wealth, but it encompasses your relationships, your health. It encompasses your influence, and it encompasses your legacy. We're all going to leave a legacy. So all of that was for that purpose. And today we're going to dive deep into this message. By the time we're done here today, y'all, you're going to understand why your journey has been necessary and why God's blessings come with purpose. They come with it's sharing with us and how to align ourselves to receive what he has for us. This is a question I ask myself as well. So, as I always say, thank you for joining me as I go through some self reflections, right? So, I want to start with the journey to blessings. There is a journey. As I always say to you guys, don't mistake your year one or your year 5 or your year 20 for someone else's year 10, 5, or 20 or 30 or 40, right? Because in the Bible we see time and time again that God's blessings are not random, they are intentional and abundant and deeply rooted in his purpose for our lives. And that's the important part. You always have to stay in tune with what it is for God's purpose. Proverbs 10:22 reminds us the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. That's you just focus on that. And think about Joseph. Like take his life and the example that we saw with Joseph. He seemed marked for hardship. He was sold into slavery. He was falsely accused. He was in prison. But behind the scenes, God was crafting a narrative of triumph. And so, what narrative of triumph has he been crafting for you? But when the time was right, Joseph was elevated to a position of power, to a position of influence, not just for his own benefit. That's the key right there, not just for his own benefit, but to be a conduit of blessings for others. So, remember, your blessing is not for you. You see, God blessing always comes with a greater purpose. And that's what we have to stay focused on and keep saying, okay, what is that purpose? Our blessings are meant to advance his kingdom, not just improve our comfort, not just to buy the fancy things, not just to live the glorious life. So I'm talking to you, the chosen and the called one. I'm talking to myself. You are not walking this journey by accident. Just remember that it is not by accident. You are one of God's chosen ones. We are one of God's chosen ones. And as First Peter 2:9, it declares, but you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation. So God's special possessions that he gives us, and that you may declare those praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. So let me repeat that for you here. It says in First Peter 2:9 declares, but you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness. He called you out of darkness. He called you all of the stuff that you've been going to into, right? That's the beauty of it, into his wonderful light. There's so much joy being in the presence of God. And this right here, this identity is a reminder, right? That God has set you apart for his glory. So no matter what you've been going through, just like Joseph, just remember you are chosen to carry his purpose. You're chosen to carry his light. You are chosen to carry his blessings into the world. And being chosen isn't about being perfect, y'all. Nothing about it is being perfect. It's about walking in faith, walking in obedience, and just trusting God's plan for your life. You got to just remove yourself from this and trust him, because there's always going to be a test of preparation for you. There's always going to be a test that you got to go through. So you got to learn to look at these tests in a different aspect. Instead of saying, why me? Say, God, what is it that you want me to know? What is it that you want me to do? What lesson do I need to learn during this moment of my business not being where it needs to be, of my life not being where it needs to be, of my relationships not being where it needs to be? It is a test. It's preparation. Go back to Joseph. It is preparation, because before God releases his abundance, he will test us. He often tests us. And you might be thinking, well, why is this? Because he got it. He can do what he want to do, right? But it's because your blessings require stewardship. Just like you wouldn't give the keys, the keys of the car to your young ones before they're ready to drive. It's the same thing. God's not going to give us something of magnitude before we're ready. And blessings require wisdom. Okay. Blessings requires alignment with the will of God. These are things that you want to think about. And just look at King Solomon. When given the chance to ask for anything, what did he choose? He chose wisdom over wealth. What would you choose? What would you choose? He chose wisdom over wealth. And in today's world, we're taught to go with wealth over wisdom, right? In today's world, we focus on what we can get versus what God has called us to do. But because King Solomon chose wisdom over wealth, in return, God not only gave him wisdom, but riches beyond measure because his heart was aligned with God's purpose. So as you go out there and you're building your business, ask yourself, is my heart aligned with God's purpose? Maybe you've been asking the Lord, when will my breakthrough come? Is your heart aligned with his purpose? But I just want to encourage you today. Okay. I want to encourage you today to remember that God's timing is perfect and his ways are higher than ours. He understands the struggles that we're facing. He knows what they are, and he knows that they are meant not to harm you, but to prepare you, to get you ready. Just like gold refined in that fire, you're being shaped to handle the weight of his glory. So you got to be prepared for that. So always remember this, y'all, that faith activates blessings. Your faith will always activate your blessings. And Deuteronomy 8:18 reminds us, but remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth. It isn't us. It isn't what we learn. It isn't any of that. It is he. This isn't just financial. It's about every area of abundance in your life. But just remember that faith is that currency that activates these blessings. So if you want your blessings to get activated more, increase your faith. Ask for another measure of faith. Faith means trusting God in the waiting, praising him in the process. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, and just stepping out in obedience. Be obedient to what he has called us to do, even when the outcome is uncertain, even when you're in the pit, like Joseph, even when you're in prison, and even like the widow in 2 Kings 4, who trusted the prophet Elisha's instructions and experienced a miraculous provision. Your faith filled actions can unlock God's abundance in your life. And that's the whole key right there. It is so important to have this mindset shift for abundance, and not think it's about you, but it's about what God has for you. And so in order to receive God's blessings, we must align our minds with his truth. It is so important to rethink and refocus how we look at things. Romans 12:2 urges us to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And the back part of that says it may cost you everything that you have, but it's worth it. So stop seeing yourself as someone who's barely getting by. Stop seeing yourself as someone whose goals aren't being met. You are a child of God. You're a child of the King. You're destined for greatness. I want you to know that you are destined for greatness. And the enemy will try to fill your mind with lies, reminding you of your failures, telling you you're not worthy, you didn't come from the right background, that you're not the right sex, you're not the right color. But remember this. I want you to remember this. God doesn't call the qualified, y'all. He qualifies the call, and he will qualify you. He will help you, and your blessings that he will give you will also come with these responsibilities. So I want you to understand the key to understanding why it comes with responsibilities. And we're going to look at Luke 16:10 says, whoever, here's your responsibility, can be trusted with very little, can also be trusted with much. So as you steward your business, as you steward your life, are you doing the things that he called you to do? Are you tithing, right? Are you giving? Are you serving? Because God is watching how you steward everything, how you steward what he's already given you. Now, it's not about your works, but it is about being obedient. And are you honoring him with your time? Are you honoring him with your talents? Are you honoring him with your resources? So just keep in mind that parable of the talents and let it remind us that faithfulness in small things lead to greater blessings. He told the one who did nothing, you are a servant who is worthless, right? Because you didn't do anything what he gave you. So don't ever forget that your blessing is so much bigger than you, and what he gave you, do something with that. Do something with that, because when God blesses you, it's not just about you, it's for other people. Genesis 12:2 says, I will bless you and you will be a blessing. So remember that. He said, I will bless you and you will be a blessing. Not you will be able to go out and have this and buy this and do, and nothing is wrong with that. You'll be able to do all of that, but your first thought, right? Different from the world. Your first thought is, okay, God, you have blessed me. Now, how do you want me to be a blessing? Your blessings are meant to overflow into the life of others. It is about who you can impact. Your blessings are about reflecting his love. Your blessings are for you to advance his kingdom, to be a kingdom builder. So as you step into your seasons of abundance, I want you just to remember to just remain humble, right? And align your heart with God's will and steward his blessings wisely. And that's for all of us. It's like we got to stay humble as he takes us through this. So I got a closing challenge for you, you chosen ones. I want to ask you to this today as we close here on Faith and Freedom Friday. Are you ready to receive God's blessing? Are you ready? Type in the comments, yes. Are you prepared to step in the abundance he's been preparing for you? Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to trust his process? Are you ready to stay faithful in the waiting? Are you ready to align your heart with his purpose? If you said yes, type it in the comments and just know when the time comes to embrace your blessings, you're going to embrace it with humility. You're going to embrace it with gratitude and knowing that it is reflecting his love and his grace and everything that he has done for you. And remember, God blessings, I'll say it again, are not about you or what you receive. They're about who you become in the process. So who are you becoming through this journey? I know that through my journey, it has been transforming and transforming and transforming. And just, some days you're like, whoa, where is all of this coming from? But when you know and you stay rooted in God's word and you stay rooted in his faith, you understand that he is building you up to become who he created you to be. So let's walk in faith, y'all. Let's walk in freedom. Let's walk in favor, knowing that the best is yet to come. So I hope this message resonates with you. If it does, do me a favor and share it with someone who also needs this encouragement today. And don't forget, like, you got this, right? You got this, and you're able to help people in the way that God called you to help. Whatever business he has placed on your heart, that's, whatever your talent is, whatever your skill is, whatever it is he has given you to do, you got this no matter what you are going through. So I hope this brought you value today. Again, my name is Cathy McReynolds. We're with Bible Business Academy, and where we help you build your business with biblical principles. So if you need help with that, go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. Make sure you share and like and tell us what are some of the things that you want to know. You can join us Monday through Friday right here live on the channel that you're watching this on as we help people grow in their faith and favor and build that business that God decided that put in their hearts to do. And just remember, it's not for you, it's for his kingdom. All right, y'all, have a